Hi, student success. Welcome to your week 14 assignment video. Hard to believe, but we are almost done with this course. So just as a reminder, this is in your syllabus. Week 16 ends on a Friday. So just kind of putting that in your back of your mind now, if you haven't already seen it, just so that you know that it's not a normal week. It'll open up on a Friday and it'll close on a Friday. Also, because we are almost at the end of the semester, please make sure you are getting your student services assignment workshop completed. At this point, there's maybe just a very small handful of offerings left. So if you have not registered and attended a workshop, you need to do so ASAP because there are usually no offerings at all in week 16. So at this point, you only have week 14, week 15 to try to squeeze a workshop in. A couple other things, and you'll see this in my announcements, that in week 14, week 2 will reopen. That'll open Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So again, some of you took advantage of week 1 being reopened in week 13. Week 2 is reopened this week, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, for anyone who, again, was maybe a late registration or just still getting the hang of Blackboard, or you just missed the week. So take advantage of that if you need to. All right, so we're gonna scroll on down. I have to scroll a lot further than you do at this point, but week 14, Chapter 5, so by the time you watch this, there will be a week 14 folder there for videos. Please make sure you take a look at Chapter 5 lecture. It is over reading to learn. So obviously, reading focused chapter. So it's going to talk about like active reading process and just some reading tips in general and just the importance of reading, because so much of what we learn in college is based on reading on our own as well, especially if you're in an online class or you're taking assignments and courses that require a lot of outside reading. All right, so if we click on the assignment folder, you have 2 assignments this week. So it says in here, there's no discussion form. Your attendance is based on completing both assignments by Sunday. So if you only complete one, you're gonna get half attendance. So make sure you complete both of them by Sunday. All right, your first one is a Chapter 5 assignment. Excuse me, so you're going to open up this Word doc right here, and this is going to look familiar. We've had things very similar to this before. So you're going to fill this table out, and it's going to talk about reading. So it's going to talk about reading comprehension, otherwise known as understanding, reading speed, and by speed that does not necessarily mean like fast, because sometimes being fast as a reader is not a good thing either, and I do talk about that in the lecture video. And then vocabulary. So you're going to take a look at, okay, what are 2 things you can do to improve your understanding? What are 2 things you can do to improve your reading speed, whether that is slowing it down or speeding it up? And what are 2 things you can do to enhance your vocabulary? When will you take that action? In the next week, next time you read, next month, next class, whatever the case might be? And then how will you know that your reading comprehension has improved? How will you know that your reading speed is comfortable for you to be able to understand? Again, I can't stress enough that reading speed does not mean I have to read faster, because in some cases, sometimes people read too fast and they miss things. So a comfortable speed is what we're talking about here when we say reading speed. So what can you do to slow it down, speed it up, make it comfortable for you to understand? And then how will you know your vocabulary has been enhanced? How have you built your vocabulary? So when you filled that out, and again, if you need to go back into the textbook or the PowerPoint to look for these particular topics and then suggestions on how to improve each of these, go ahead and do that. Make sure you file, save it, and then you will just submit it right here in this Dropbox, and that's the first assignment. The second assignment is kind of a 2-parter. You're going to take a survey. So here's the link to the survey. I always like to right click it and open it in a new tab so it doesn't take me out of Blackboard. So here it is, this web survey. And it's basically asking you, is online courses right for you? And you should have a good insight into that because we are in week 14 of the semester. So you should know by now if online learning is a good fit. So you're going to answer these questions. It's all multiple choice, 12 questions, hit submit. I'm not going to see your result. I cannot see your result here. Instead, what you're going to do is when you hit submit, it's going to pop up and it's going to give you a score. You're going to come back in here and you're going to click on the name of the assignment. You're going to create submission, and right under here, you're going to tell me what your score was. I agree with, I disagree with, because. Okay, so that's the key thing. I'm not grading you on, oh, you did really well, or oh, you did not do so well on that survey. That's not the point. you're still going to tell me how you scored. You know, I scored a 15, I scored a 24, whatever the case is. And then you're going to tell me if you agree or disagree with that, because you'll be like, yeah, I scored really well and I agree with that because I'm really skilled at technology, or I scored low and I agree because I struggle with online classes, or whatever the case is. However you feel about online courses and your score, do you agree or disagree? So you're going to tell me your score and if you agree with it, and you know why online learning is good or bad for you and why. So that's the key to that. So that's why it's a two-parter. You're taking that survey, but then you're typing your score and kind of your, I guess, reflection on your score right there. And then you'll just hit submit. All right, so those are the 2 assignments for this week, Chapter 5 assignment, and then online learning right for you. Be sure to get your workshop completed and take advantage of week 2 reopening this week if that applies to you. Everyone have a great week.